Yeah, we got some more NFL news though as well. So not only did they cancel the Pro Football Hall of Fame game and the induction ceremony, they said that the following year they're gonna do this year's class and next year's Hall of Fame class.
Wow.
But they're gonna have multiple days for the ceremony though, because remember this is the Centennial class this year, so it was a very large class. And then obviously next year is the Peyton Manning class. So they said they're gonna have multiple days, but the game itself, Steelers Cowboys, is still supposed to be the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
Two of the greatest brands in
without a
NFL
doubt.
history. And that's going to be a huge just Hall of Fame event, weekend, week,
Without
whatever
a
they
doubt, bro.
decide to do with it. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea to at least have the two teams be playing again next year. It getting canceled, I guess you could see it coming, right?
Yeah.
Just because it pushes things up a little bit, because we would have had to report to training camp a week or so early because of the game. And now they're already talking about shortening preseason anyway.
Right.
So adding that fifth game for the Steelers and Cowboys just doesn't kind of make sense with how everything else is seemed to be getting pushed. So makes sense. Is what it is, man. You know, it's just the scenario we're in. That's all.
And then let's see. Also, the NFL said that they're gonna. The plan is to allow fans into stadiums, but based on your city's capacity rules. So obviously in Pittsburgh, we've had very low cases. So they were saying like, hey, the Steelers could have 30,000, 40,000 people in the stands. Whereas like if you go play the Jets or the Giants, where they were pretty much front lines, where it could be a lot smaller crowds and things like that. So people obviously were asking, man, from a competitive standpoint, is that going to be a competitive advantage versus other teams that, you know, have to have smaller crowds and stuff like that? Me personally, I don't view it as a competitive advantage. I think for the guys that are going to be out there playing, man, what they've already had to endure this offseason, between the no OTAs, between a condensed training camp, more than likely between no mini camps and things like that, and the virtual off seasons, I think it's just another thing that they're just like, man, we've already seen so much, it really isn't going to affect them in that regard. I think from a play standpoint, if you're waiting on the crowd to motivate you to play for the whole game, that's an issue anyways, man, because we all know how crowds get. I mean, you play in some arenas where, man, they're like we said in Cleveland, where they would stand up the whole time. We got Hines where we go crazy at times. Then you have some places where it's just kind of blah. Like you might even, you know, have a lot of missing seats in there as well, man. So if you allow the fans or the atmosphere to dictate your performance, I think you're already behind the eight ball in that regard.